What would you do if the person you loved most accused you of the very thing they were guilty of themselves? In today's story, the protagonist's discovery of a devastating betrayal is a masterclass in how to reclaim your power. This isn't an update with a shocking twist like a secret vasectomy, but it's a big one. Thank you to everyone whose words and advice helped me. The criticism was especially useful because it made me reflect on my own behavior and how I handled everything. I'm sorry I didn't respond to any comments. There were so many coming in nonstop, and it was a little overwhelming. The evening after my last post, when my husband, Mark, came home from work, I tried to clear the air. I cooked his favorite dinner and let him unwind before I calmly approached the subject again. I told him I was happy to do the paternity test, but I was hurt that he would even think I'd cheated on him. I loved him, and the thought of making him feel that way was devastating. I even apologized for what I'd said in the heat of the moment. I asked if maybe he was just scared and overwhelmed by the pregnancy news, and that's why he'd accused me. He looked at me, his face unreadable, and said that wasn't it at all. He said the baby's paternity was genuinely his biggest concern. Then he shut down completely. He told me he wasn't willing to talk, say anything else, or negotiate until we got the test done. I asked if he was sure, and his voice rose, practically yelling at me to drop the subject. Mark thought his aggression had shut down the conversation, completely unaware that his refusal to talk had just lit a fuse, leading directly to the very exposure he feared. So I dropped it, and the tension in our home became so thick you could cut it with a knife. For what felt like an eternity, I scrolled through comment after comment. So many people said the same thing: he was projecting, he was the one who was cheating. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, to believe there was another explanation. Like maybe he'd been told he was infertile and was afraid to tell me. But a bad, sinking feeling took root in my gut, a feeling I've learned never to ignore. It told me to check his phone. I've never wanted to be that person, the type who obsessively snoops for no reason, but my gut has never steered me wrong. So last night, while he was sound asleep, I did it. I crept over to his nightstand, my heart pounding in my ears. I carefully lifted the phone from its charging port, the small weight of it feeling like a brick in my hand. I snuck out to the living room, the darkness of the house feeling both vast and suffocating. He's cheating on me, and as if that wasn't a sharp enough knife to the heart, it's with Jessica, the friend I mentioned in my last post. So many of you called it. Looking back, her reaction when I told her about the paternity test was a massive red flag, but I was too blinded by trust to see it. I went through their texts. It's only been going on for a few months, starting right after we got married, but I focused on the messages from the moment I told him I was pregnant. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely hold the phone steady. The screen blurred through my tears as I read his words to her. I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to fuck her without a condom. She says it's mine of course, but I swear to God it better not be. I'll be happy if it isn't. Obviously I don't want a kid with her. I'd rather be with you than be stuck with her. I know I should have been careful. And this one, after I had confided in Jessica and she'd apparently told him, I don't care if she thinks I'm a dick or an awful husband right now. This revealed Mark's greatest fatal flaw, his cowardly projection. He couldn't face his own guilt, so he tried to bury me under the weight of it instead, never imagining I would find the strength to dig myself out. Reading their conversations was like watching my world burn down in real time. I sat there on the couch, sobbing silently, trying not to make a sound that would wake him. Then, a cold calm washed over me. I took screenshots of everything. I sent them to my own phone, then meticulously deleted the message thread from his. I deleted my sent message from his phone, then went into his photo album and deleted the screenshots, and then deleted them again from the recently deleted folder. To be safe, I even checked his laptop to make sure the messages were gone from there, too. His texts made it crystal clear. There was no secret vasectomy, and he didn't think he was sterile. He said it himself. I should have been more careful. You don't say that if you think you can't have children. He knew I wasn't on birth control, and he was the one who decided not to use a condom. I never pressured him. At first, he was pulling out, but then, occasionally, he wouldn't. I can only guess he kept doing it even after the affair started because suddenly insisting on protection every single time would have made me suspicious. So that's where I am. I'm not going to confront him about the cheating right away. As one commenter wisely advised, my first step is to get the test and, while waiting for the results, get a lawyer and tell my closest friends and family what's happening. My plan is to get the paternity test done to satisfy his demand. Then, I'll hand him the positive results and divorce papers at the same time. At least, that's the plan. My mind is a mess right now. It's 6 a.m. I feel sick, and I haven't slept at all. I'm also going for an STD test first thing, just to be safe. And I think I'm going to get an abortion. I don't want my first pregnancy to be this living hell. It should be a happy experience. As another commenter pointed out, I am in a vulnerable position, and severing all ties to this man is the safest and healthiest thing to do. The thought of being connected to him forever, of our child spending half their time with him and that woman, it's a future I can't accept. Some people online suggested a convenient miscarriage from all the stress, and honestly, that's how I'll frame it. This is my business, and my well-being is the priority now. I need to take care of myself. The most important thing is to get out and be safe. I'll be gathering my important documents and getting them to a safe place, away from the house, before I make my final move. Thank you again for all the support. It means more than you know. I'll update again when I can. Ultimately, the story shows that the deepest betrayals can come from those closest to us. But trusting your intuition and choosing self-preservation is the ultimate act of strength. If you were in her shoes, would you expose the affair to everyone? Or would you handle the divorce quietly and just disappear from their lives? Let us know in the comments.